け翼
絶対にゴールを奪う。
Welcome to another episode of Tsubasa. With next stream underway, K-Lab is doing everything in their power to resuscitate the club meta. As a result, this month's Dream Collection is Carlos Santana, a club version. Is he worth your dream balls? Let's find out together. Ike! Carlos Santana, Blinding Light Arrow, is a skill-type Brazilian forward that wears Valencia's kit and aims to be the world's best striker during the Road to 2002 arc. Let's start by pointing out a few notables by looking at Santana's stat card. He comes with a stamina pool of over 1.2k, while his highest base stat is his dribble, oddly enough, at 10.5k, coupled with a decent speed of 6.1k. He's also good with low balls, which gives him some skill force bonus for low ball actions. Next, let's take a look at his abilities. His passive, Attack at the Scene of a Fire, grants him up to 20% skill force bonus pegged to his stamina. The lower his stamina, the higher the bonus. Lowering his stamina will take some effort with his 1.2k pool, while he doesn't come with the complementary ability of Tenacity. Like most recently released players, Santana does provide a 4.5% bond, and it requires only 2 or more skill-type non-Japanese players. His other hidden abilities include a 10% non-Japanese player killer, skill block cancel, canceling up to 2 special skill blocks, and lastly, 80% auto intercept enhance. Santana offers strong pressure up front with his auto intercept and comes with an easy 4.5% bond, requiring only 2 or more skill-type non-Japanese players, himself included, of course. However, his high stamina and lack of tenacity to go with his attack at the scene of a fire hurts him considerably, as it's extremely hard to achieve his highest potential. He also needs to be played with his compatriot Natureza in order to pull off his strongest shot and one too. We feel that he's not going to see much play, especially with a host of meta forwards more likely to do damage than him. And now it's time for Chrono Cloud's Corner. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little frustrated with K-Lab's tournaments. The weekly tournaments that they hold are always wonky in some way. Either what happens is there's too much restrictions and your abilities are limited to S10, or there are not enough restrictions and basically if you're a whale, you're going to do very, very well. I'm amazed that they have such a hard time balancing the tournaments. So I have a couple of suggestions for K-Lab. If you guys are listening, this is what I think you should do. Okay. First suggestion. The tournaments that limit power. I think those are the most interesting tournaments by far, because it forces you to basically do, interesting selections for your team. You basically have 10 amazing units and 1 really, really bad unit to kind of compensate for power, or sometimes 2, whatever the case may be. I think those kinds of tournaments where you're really thinking very, very carefully about every single person on your team are by far the most interesting. The second suggestion I have for you guys is I would love to see a tournament where you would have some, or you would have hidden abilities, but not bonds. I think that would be really, really interesting. So remove bonds, that's fine. Keep team skills, S50 on the abilities, and keep the rest of the hidden abilities. That would be very interesting. Try that. And suggestion 3 is basically there's a word for this, and I apologize. I'm going to try and comment in the video when I remember this word, but basically like do a randomized tournament, right? Like build a random team. So like, you have to pay like 10 dream balls or something reasonable, 10, 15 dream balls. And then you build a team. Like you get 3 options for characters and you pick each one, and they all will have just automatically, they'll have max stats, but not be ability level broken, S50, have all the bonds and abilities, and randomize it and do a tournament like that. That would be really, really cool. And it's just kind of like who is better at building the teams and utilizing the abilities of the characters. And to make it even more interesting, give them all the default abilities, and then the rest of them you can like fill up with like A abilities instead of S abilities, something like that. K-Lab, I know we give them a lot of flack, but they're not dummies. They know what they're doing for the most part. So I know you can pull this off. Let me hear in the comments below what you think. I would love to get some feedback on this. We would like to thank all of our members on Patreon and YouTube. Please consider supporting us on Patreon or YouTube. Links provided in the video description. All right, guys, do check out ways to support us, or at least take a look. Links provided in the video description. Check out our other videos listed here by YouTube. Subscribe, and if you haven't, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a good time, and may the gacha gods bless us all. Until next time, I've been your host, Chrono Cloud. Ike!